is a little soggy out there this morning, so maybe it's time for more coffee. So we aren't quite flooding out, but probably better we're on this side of that creek. So at least for the moment, we're on hold. When this much water is coming down, hiking tends to be a little counterproductive. And I have a feeling today is going to be rather puddly. And if Taters was here, I would have heard a near panic squeal. We seem to have gotten another small break in the storm, but unfortunately no internet, so we can't tell how long this is going to last. And welcome to morning video editing time. I've actually been up a couple of hours in the tent trying to catch up, but I needed to get some voiceovers, and the rain was hitting the top of the tent just a little too hard. And after a rather rainy, soggy morning spent catching up on my video edits, we have gotten a break and we are about to get going here. So we were alone in our part of the campground. I thought I heard the porta potty door banging at one point, and there was a car here this morning. So there may have been somebody else on this front campsite. Advantage of the rain and the fact we had a stream right behind us, though, is we didn't hear anything. This was actually really nice. I even squirted off in the shower last night. I was soaking wet because of no towel, but at least I was soaking wet with water instead of my own sweat. And it was nice having a bathroom, etc., and getting to top off the phones, even though I am being more paranoid on phone power than I really need since I'm carrying plenty with all the town stops. I was really sad last night that we didn't get the little air-conditioned cabin, just because the humidity was atrocious yesterday. It isn't bad at the moment, but it keeps pegging basically to 90-some%. It being so quiet here does have me a little more inclined to consider the official camping spots and parks and things like that. We'll see if people start coming out of the woodwork. It is 4th of July. We were expecting more kind of bike and camping traffic out here, but I guess people got kind of scared away by, minor flooding and rain. So we will see. There is a hostel around where we hope to finish for the day, 20-something. And we might check that out. If it's just bunks, I don't want to stay in it. I'd rather camp, but we can at least take a look. There's also a bar and grill with food later in the day, which I am all excited about. Jen a little less so, since the bars don't often have much in the way of vegetarian stuff. So at least for the moment, that is our rough plan. Get to Tibbetts today. And then tomorrow there is a B&B that looked kind of unique, built in an old schoolhouse. We may see if that's available. I do slightly regret not staying in one of the CNO lock houses. We didn't know about them until too late, but it seemed kind of unique, and it's kind of cool to experience something different. So as much as we like camping, we are always in for those unique style stays. So we may try and do that. Boonville, we will be in a hotel. Jen found one with a buffet she is excited about. And then we'll be able to get her package Monday morning. At that point, the next major stop is going to be Windsor, which is where we leave the Katy Trail, which continues to the southwest. And we go northwest on the Rock Island Trail. I have been slightly antsy that we have been doing under miles. We've been at 17 miles a day for a bit here. And today we are getting a late start. It is about 10:30. I was 4 videos behind. I am now all caught up, and we waited till the floodwaters went down to the point where we didn't have to wait out of camp. I do not have a super high confidence in being able to find stealth spots at the moment, just because, as you can see, a lot of things are currently underwater. Flooding along the Missouri doesn't seem to be as big a concern as along the lower Mississippi. However, we are under flood watches and warnings for several more days due to these storms dropping water on saturated ground higher upriver. I guess we should just be feeling lucky that we're not totally inundated with mosquitoes here. They're all gonna hatch in time for Zach, I think. Left side of all the water, Taters gets her little waterfalls.
Yeah, hiking after a flood is always fun. Little mini waterfalls popping up all over the place.
Somebody didn't hike Florida, obviously. We did hear there was going to be some minor flooding up near Rocheport, but no idea how extensive. Oh! We talked to a guy back there who was fishing, and he said water had gone up about 10 inches just while he was sitting there. It is another Fast moving but messy day out here. Plus side, if you need a plastic bottle cap, I know where to get lots of them. I've just been looking up the Missouri River gauge at Jefferson City, and it describes the flooding as not that bad, but sure looks like things are up high down here. Somebody had a big lunch.
Matt was just saying this trail was starting to feel a little bit samey, so I'm sure he'll be happy to see this feature of standing rock. There's even an informational sign about it.
I'm really curious what the process is for dealing with this, because we've been watching a ton of debris moving down the river. And obviously this doesn't look like it's going to unjam anytime soon. And wood takes a while to break down. I've heard the locks let it through, you know, in the Mississippi, but I never saw the process going on. 6 o'clock, we ended up with a late start this morning due to that big storm. So at least for the moment, plan is we're gonna knock out the 6 miles to the next town, probably go on from there, and just figure we'll figure something out. Tomorrow we'll be going through Jefferson City, or the access to Jefferson City, and the goal will be to push on to Boonville by basically Sunday sometime. Okay, we're at least going to evaluate options here. I'm a little concerned we may not be able to find a stealth spot ahead. One of the things I do really like about this trail is they set up these signs saying what you see in both directions. So we're at least going to go stick our heads in here against my better judgment. So this is actually damn impressive. In addition to all this, there's some rooms up on the second story. There are bicycle storage, showers, restroom. Our only concern is anybody else going to show up? So it's only for bikers, hikers, $10 a night per person, which is not too bad.
This place is pretty impressive. And there's a ping pong table. I'm really surprised doesn't seem to be anyone here yet. 8 o'clock on 4th of July.
While the second floor does look more comfortable and cooler, it was missing something important. The air conditioning didn't reach up this high. At least for the moment, there's nobody here.
So we're both really impressed with this place, especially after seeing so many abandoned buildings in the last couple towns. Like Steedman was all abandoned buildings, the ones by the trail anyway. It's really, really refreshing and nice to see one of those old buildings that people are taking care of, maintaining it, and keeping it open for hikers and bikers.
Abandoned buildings mean less people around me at night. There are plus sides.
We so far are the only people here. There is
So far.
the risk that someone will come in later, but I mean, there's 2 floors, so even if they do, we can still have space.
I put a big blood smear on the door, so hopefully that'll keep. It's up there. You want me to participate, then you don't want me to participate. I also suggested child molester inside or COVID quarantine, and that also got disapproval. So I don't know what she wants from me.
We debated going on a few miles and trying to find a camp. We probably would have been able to find something, but between the flooding, which has taken out a lot of possible sites, and more private land that's fenced off, we decided to take the sure thing that we've got here.
I was promised food, but there's no food.
Yeah, there's a family that sometimes will make food and deliver it to the hostel, but it is 4th of July, so they're probably out celebrating.
This is a shelter, not a hostel.
They even have showers, which was nice, and we did both take advantage. Although they are definitely the keep your flip-flops on while you shower type of showers.
Was I supposed to do that?
I definitely kept mine on. I did not want to touch anything in these showers. They're not quite as bad as the Grumpy's shower at Kennedy Meadows on the PCT, but close. Home sweet home for the night.